morning had been full of sprinklers, badminton, and all kinds of bubble blowing. The pups were just climbing out of the tree when they heard Tanker say he had a great idea for the next game. Of course, the pups were all ears. Tanker pointed to the fire station. He wanted to play a game of Once Around the Station. Now, his friends smiled warmly, but nobody had any idea of what he was talking about. Tanker giggled because he was making it up as he went. He liked to do that. He explained that the game was simple, that they would run around a station, and as they did, they had to touch certain things. You had to touch these things and be as fast as you could. The fastest person won the race. Now, it was a terrific idea. Everybody was eager to play. First thing that they wanted to know was, what did they have to touch? Tanker thought of all the things around the fire station and made a list. They would have to touch the tree, the ball sitting on the grass, the top of the sprinkler, the back window, and me. Whoever did that the fastest won. Smudge went first. And he sure was fast. He touched everything and was back standing beside them, puffing by the count of 25. Nobody thought that they could beat that. But then Dilly shot off on a whirlwind and touched everything and was back in the count of 23, which was not as long as 25. Tanker went next. He came back on the count of 24. So far, Dilly was still the fastest, and it looked like she would be hard to beat. Farrah waited for the word go, and as she ran and touched the tree, she noticed Tortellini walking across the lawn. He was coming to see what they were doing. He wanted to play. Farrah noticed that everyone was looking at Tortellini, and so she did a terrible thing. She cheated. She didn't touch the ball, or the sprinkler, or the back window. She did touch me because they were all watching her by the time she got to me. The pups were very surprised because Farrah had done the whole course to the count of 14. Nobody could believe it. And that's when Tortellini mentioned that he didn't see her touch anything. From where he was coming across the lawn, he was able to see very well. Now, he wasn't watching her the whole time, but he was wondering what she was doing. He noticed the ball, but she never touched it, and she sure didn't go near the windowsill. The three pups stared at Farrah. Farrah looked back. All the fun of winning had just slipped away right down the drain. All that was left was a sad kind of uncomfortable feeling. Well, the pups and Tortellini raced over to me. Tanker told me that Farrah had cheated. Farrah hung her head. She hadn't planned to cheat. She just wanted to be the fastest, and the only way she could do that was not to touch some of the things. I explained to Farrah that games weren't really about winning. They were about the fun you had while playing them. If you won, that was great, but to play with honor was most important. Tortellini asked what honor was, and I explained that it meant to play the whole game honestly. No cheating, and if you lost, to congratulate the winner. Farrah looked at her friends. She apologized and told Dilly that she was really the fastest. Dilly hugged her and told her that she forgave her right there and then, and so did all the other pups. Just then the alarm rang. The pups and Tortellini leapt onto me, and in a spinning of tires, we were heading for the playground. Quite a crowd had collected around Zeke the snake. He'd been swinging on the swings with Angora. And in a swing-switching contest, Zeke decided to take the shortcut from chain to chain instead of getting off and hurrying to the next swing. He got himself stuck within minutes. He realized as soon as it happened that he should have done it the other way. Angora saw what happened and called for help. The pups looked at the tangled snake and wondered how on earth they were going to get him out. Billy decided to handle it like untangling knitting wool. Billy found Zeke's tail, and slowly, with all of the pups holding various parts, they sorted Zeke out. And no one was more relieved than Zeke, who by now was feeling a little unwell from swinging back and forth so much. Zeke thanked us for coming to his rescue. And then he apologized to Angora because he hadn't played by the rules in their swing-switching contest. Angora told him it was no problem, and Zeke knew that he was lucky to have such a good friend. When we got home, Farah stayed behind with me as the others raced off to play soccer. She told me that she didn't think she'd ever bother cheating again because that took all of the fun out of the game for everybody. And she never wanted to do that again. And with that, she jumped up and ran over to the Pups and Tortellini, who were just starting to play soccer, and joined in. And do you know, Farah made a good decision. It's important to enjoy the fun of games, win or lose. It's all about how you play. And every friend you ever have will appreciate your honesty.
Here's some things that are fun to do. Fun for the friends who play with you. Fun for a bunch or just for two. Fun for me and fun for you. Like playing the memory game. Show 5 things to your friend. Then they should close their eyes. Take away one thing and hide it. Ask your friend to open their eyes and tell you what's missing. Of course, it's best if you use small things.